And now we're back in like it's a good contrast, that like movement and the kinetic kind of space and the frenetic pacing of it, and now this like quiet, cooler color, sort of dark gold, to give us a sense of sort of quiet and stillness as an immediate contrast. Yeah, really interesting playing this after having played Abzu first. Seeing the similarities between the two games. It's a bit, I imagine, like if I were to go and play Limbo now. Ooh, that looks ominous. Hyperlight Drifter does quite a lot of that as well, that kind of use of light, use of color, implied storytelling stuff. Yeah, it's quite cool. Total color palette swap now. Look at that. Like in this interior space, everything except us is blue and green and all like cool colors. Like we've completely transitioned to a different space. And there's like, yeah, there's inarguable. It's totally inarguable. Like only the sand and us remain the same, which is really cool. Anyone in here? Oh. Over there. Yeah, it almost feels like we're underwater. And now they really feel like schools of fish. So this is that, I guess, that train thing that we saw before. Kind of reminds me of the early parts of Nausica. With all the sort of moats in the air. Oh, yeah. Totally like ocean floor vibes. Yeah. Like, basically, they've gone from being kind of bits of cloth blowing in the breeze to kelp. Like, we might as well be swimming now. Oh yeah, and there's jellyfish. Like, huh. Even the audio has changed. Even the audio has taken on a quality of sort of underwateredness to it. Trying to catch up with our friend. that a third one? No, I think it's just a little pulsing creature. Got the face. These things all have the face of that owl-faced god. That was startling. Cool. So now we know not to trust that those things are stationary. Yeah, so that teaches us about those things. So it attacks the little scarf fish. It can't be good for us. Coming? It's dangerous in here. I love that you can see clearly how much energy your multiplayer friends have. So you can charge them up if you need to. So you can just see like, oh, you need to be able to jump. Oh, shit, there it comes. Thanks. Yeah, this section is so different with another character. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, it'd be totally different if I was playing this alone. So, yeah, their scarf is so short. I just, like, give them some of my scarf. There's an item over there. Where's that thing? Let's go, let's go. You get it. Your scarf is a little short. Oh, we both can. Okay, good. Here we go. Yeah, you can fly more now. Be careful. So we're looking up at this great mountain. Look how small I look. That owl god's just mad because they don't have legs. I have more scarf. I was trying to protect my friend. Hey, it's me? Us? I'm gonna wait for my short skirt friend. Come on, let's go. Fascinating that that's another human being somewhere. Alright, it's time to climb. So everything's all yellow again, so we're back out of the kind of underwater area. Let's see what's over here. Awakening the engine and releasing a bunch of these little... Oh, the whole area is just like infused with that flight energy. Oh, neat. That dust, as long as we're in it, we can just fly around. That's so cool. I love the way that the game uses proximity and sound to allow you to like teach other players things that you've learned, right? Like as we figure stuff out or as we notice things, we can draw each other's attention to it. I'm gonna wait for them to get over here before I activate this. More jellyfish. Oop, I'm falling. Ah, I get a jellyfish here. Here we go. That's so neat. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Let's try that again. Ooh. Ah, now there's two. Ooh. Whoa. That's so cool. Yes, this is super cool, I agree. Did they make it? Where did they go? Silly friend. The power up is in here. There you are. Hi. So, how about that giant scarf whale? Up, obviously, but aha, there we go. That music change, though. Oh, it's so good. So this reminds me a bit of the, again, like the pace has changed. It reminds me a bit of the sections were being blown around by the sand earlier. So kind of in the same way, the pulse that the owl gods do imparts information to us. Kind of how we use the pulse to impart information to each other. blowing winds to climb the mountain. Behold! That me? I gotta do that? Oh, jeez. Snow now. Whoa. Oh, jeez. So the snow, I guess, kind of like freezes the scarabs and then they can't impart power, but we can wake them up. Uh-oh. So, yeah, I mean, they made an active, intentional choice to move from sand to snow. So that tells us something about sort of what to expect, right? What are those? Oh, maybe we can stand behind them? Oh, look, we're starting to get covered in snow and lose our power too. Ah, so it wasn't sand, it wasn't the blowing sand. It was the snow. Interesting. Look at us, like, huddled. Oh. I love the glow for warmth when you're next to another character. Yeah, let's hide behind this one. That little glow. Yeah, because we've stayed so close together, we've been able to keep our scarves like mostly charged. We're seeing more of these like markers or tombstone kind of looking things. Careful. So the two things like looking at each other, or is it just two like watch out for these things? Dangerous either way. Oh boy. I love that we keep each other warm. That's such a great like it's such a good mechanic because it keeps you in proximity, so you don't run off without another player. I can't even imagine this in single player. Like I can't. Like I just can't fathom it. Oh boy. Huddle together. Go for that rock. Oh, look out. See, they came back for me. Like, there's so many little, like, micro cooperations that occur in this game that I can't think of another game that does this without explicit communication. Like, neither of us are, we're taught to behave the way that we were by the game explicitly. There's a lot of like implicit, like here's how you survive as a group moments. Here's how you survive as a team, and it's all given to you by inference. Like you have to pick it up from non-obvious clues. That's so cool. Violin. Ooh. No, friend. Yikes. Hey, there you go, you're recovering. Run. Okay. I just like, I wanna, when bad stuff happens, I just wanna like comfort them, you know? Like I wanna like give them part of my scarf or like tell them it's okay. Like, they don't seem to care. They're a lot more, like, risk-takery than I am, but... Okay. Charge our shit. That sound of the scarves freezing. Yeah, the Billy Tima pointed out the boxes we've been hiding in look like the bits and pieces of those hunters, the like hunter creatures. Whoa. Come on, we can do it. So also something else here that I've noticed, like my companion is less sort of verbose than I am. Like I use the ping a lot more. Like I'm trying to communicate more. They seem to be a little more stoic than me. Excellent use of color there. Look, the gray area where the snow isn't. I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh, I can't sing anymore. Look, I can only chirp a little. Oh no! Okay, let's go. Ugh. No, friend! I'll wait for you. My scarf is getting shorter and shorter. Ah! Oh, that's by design, I see. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go. Let's go right here. Oh boy. Oh, look at how like snow encrusted we are now. I don't think we can hide behind those things, can we? Just have like intense side winds. Yeah, we don't have scarves at all. Stay together. You can do it. So now the markers, since they're so sparse, are the only thing leading us forward. Right? We still have the mountain, but we're moving from marker to marker. God, the psychology of this game. Like, the way that we're interacting with each other is the most interesting part of the game. Like, no question. Do we make it? Oh my god, I'm just so tired. Come on, just a little further. Come on. I can't even chirp now. I don't have any chirping power. I got like tiniest little beeps. Oh, come on. Go. Ugh. Where'd it go? Oh shit, what the hell? Where are we even going anymore? Nah, it's just white now. Like, I don't even... We just have up to go? Yeah, the mountain's totally gone. Oh, that's intense. Come on, Mr. Frodo. Ugh. Whoa. Owl Pantheon. Where's our friend? Did we ascend to heaven alone? Hey, my scarf. Thanks. Pretty hyped to have that. Look at my friend back. Whoa. I mean, or I could be a golden entity of pure power. Flying into the sun. Yeah. Interesting, so they turn into the scarf creatures. Hey, wait, is that my friend? Come back! Where do they go? I want to hang out. Friend! So it's going back to that sort of joyous, like, dance-like portion that we sort of saw before. Yeah, that's really neat. Again, the game giving and taking away, creating that sense of loneliness. Slow down, you nerd. Wait for me. Again, mixing the idea of like air and water as being two separate things. Sand and snow. Like, see, we're kind of underwater again with the little fronds. Ah, I need more power. Power me up, fronds. Is there like a massive gold trail we leave behind when we fly now? That's pretty cool. We gotta go up the correct way. We didn't go around properly. Follow those jellyfish. I like how the shark whale things basically have the same mechanic as in Abzu when you attach to like the bigger fish. I'm coming. This is your cool sparkly trail. Yes, let's go into the cool mountain portal. Working on it. Like you can see somebody up there. And at this point, it wouldn't even matter if it was like an actual player or not. Just the hint of like someone else in the world. Come on. I don't even know if you're real. The score to this reminds me so much of the soundtrack to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So much. It's pretty cool. There's just this like gentle nudge to the controller when you reach the end. Right, so the scarves attached to those things are our scarves, I guess. And each one of those represents like someone who's finished their journey and like traveled into heaven. Or whatever, they've ascended. Fascinating. Fascinating. What a delightful experience that was. That was so cool. Yeah, very, very much like Abzu. A lot of very similar kind of feelings. But the multiplayer component of it, yeah, the multiplayer component is so good. Like the way that I'm fascinated by games that manipulate player behavior, especially games that manipulate player behavior between each other. Like that, you can get a player to interact with the world. That's easier than giving players a certain set of tools to create an experience with each other. I think it's absolutely interesting. Human interaction is totally beautiful in this. They did a fantastic job with that. Like I felt like I had a relationship with that person. Like we interacted in a specific, like patterned way that felt engineered. Like not fake, but it felt like the people that made this game created a set of tools for me and that other person to interact in a way that created the game experience. And that is, it's like that's magic. That's what game design. I think that's what game design is for, right? Is creating those kinds of experience. Yeah. Wow. Really, really good work. I could see this game having a similar experience to Abzu if you didn't. If you didn't do the multiplayer thing or you played it intentionally offline and just sort of like wandered around yourself. But I felt like the thing to explore was the other person. You know, in Abzu, you can discover all the fish and you can learn about the fish, and there are things in that game that you can interact with sort of delicately as a part of the environment. And there's some of this, but yeah, gosh, really neat. I think the multiplayer is the part that was the best part of the game, right? The environments are beautiful, the music is great, but that interaction between you and another player feels unique. It feels new. It feels like, I mean, obviously it's 2012, so this game's like 5 years old almost. But it feels like a unique experience in this space. And I think that's incredibly valuable. I think that's very, very valuable to be able to find yourself in that place with a game and with a design and with another human being. And what's interesting too, and I'm curious if it's going to tell me who that other person is. I bet it doesn't, because I feel like it's not about that. It's not about who they were. But like, I played it, I could see myself playing it a certain way. Like I was being me, right? Like I was being, there were aspects of my personality coming through in the character that I was playing as. Oh, it does tell you. Interesting. So I guess you could message that person and say like, "Hey, thanks for playing this with me," or whatever. Oh, here we are back at the end, which I guess is also the beginning. But now again the color palette has changed. We have a context for the scarves and for the tombstones. And here's our ending of the game. Ah, okay. Le Puro is the one I spent most of the game with. Oh, that's so cool. Right, and it shows the symbol, so in case you interacted with a bunch of people, you could tell which was which. Yeah, Le Puro was Shorty. Le Puro is Short Scarf. Yeah. That's so cool. And now we could take a trip through this adventure again. We could do exactly the same thing. So cool. That was awesome. That was really awesome.